I died. I died on the very day I went to bring my biological daughter home. The child I had raised for years arranged for me to be run over right in front of my own house. Before my last breath, I heard her say, "Mother, who told you to stop me from having a good life?" I woke up, returned to the day before my daughter was swapped. Opening my eyes, I found myself lying on a hospital bed. Beside me was my newborn daughter. She was tiny, soft, well-behaved, lying still without crying or fussing, just sleeping peacefully. In my past life, my daughter was not only swapped by my nanny, Lily Fang, but also endured all kinds of abuse from her entire family. Her body was always covered in injuries, even her meals were just their leftovers. A child forced to do housework every day, treated as a punching bag for anyone's anger if someone was upset, they'd just slap her a few times to vent. And how did I treat Lily Fang's daughter? From a young age, she dressed beautifully, ate delicious food, and attended the best schools. She always had 3 nannies attending to her, pampered like a treasure by the whole family. No one ever dared to speak a harsh word to her. It wasn't until I received the DNA test results that I realized the child I had cherished for over a decade wasn't my biological daughter. Meanwhile, my true daughter had to live a life worse than a dog or a cat. The day I went to pick her up, Chloe Shen set a trap for us, and we both died in a car accident. My poor daughter hadn't even had a single happy day with me before her youth was buried in that cold grave. Chloe Shen, Lily Fang, I swear, I will not let you off this time. I was still drowning in the memories of my dying moments in the past life when I heard the door open. Looking up, I saw my husband, Ethan Shen. In my previous life, to investigate my death, he frantically searched everywhere but ultimately failed to uncover the truth. Then he chose to jump from a rooftop. Looking at him, I uttered bitterly, "Is our family fated to be sacrifices?" Ethan Shen saw me staring at him and asked, "What's wrong? Are you in pain? Do you need a doctor?" I gazed intently at him. "Ethan Shen, can you protect our daughter?" He bent down and picked up the baby lying on the bed. "This time, I will definitely protect our child." A knock at the door sounded again, interrupting the moment. The person who entered was my nanny, Lily Fang. I glared at her. It was she who swapped my daughter. She had tortured my child, making her live a life worse than an animal, while her own biological daughter was cherished like a jewel by me. The shock of it made me want to pounce and tear her apart instantly. Seeing my silence, Lily Fang chuckled and asked, "Madam, have you given birth? Is it a boy or a girl?" I hid my resentment, forcing a smile. "It's a girl. Didn't you also just give birth? Why are you rushing out of bed instead of resting?" Lily Fang replied. "What a coincidence, I also gave birth to a daughter. But Madam's body is precious. For people like us from the countryside, once we give birth, we have to get back to work immediately." Watching her eyes dart around the room, I remembered that in my past life, it was this very line that made me pity her, giving her the room next door to recuperate. The result was my daughter being swapped, cruelly abused, while her daughter lived in luxury. I deliberately feigned sympathy. "Don't say that. As women, we need proper rest after childbirth to recover. How about this? I'll ask Ethan Shen to open up the room next door for you to recuperate there." Lily Fang was overjoyed, grasping my hand and gushing, "Thank you, madam, you are truly a good person." Inside, I coldly curled my lips. "If I don't lay out the path for you, how will you take the next step?" Sure enough, not long after, through the surveillance camera, I saw Lily Fang holding her daughter, muttering curses like, "You wretched brat," while whispering, "In a few days, I'll swap you with the young lady of the Shen family. Remember, once you make it big, you have to support your mother." Watching her verbally abuse her own biological daughter as a wretched brat, I merely let out a cold laugh, wondering how she would feel later when she herself was abusing that very child. A few days later, I found an excuse to go for a health checkup, leaving my baby with Lily Fang. She readily agreed. Meanwhile, I quietly stayed in the room, staring at the surveillance monitor. Indeed, she had swapped the 2 babies. Immediately after, I asked a nurse to take her away, then quietly swapped my own child back. Gazing at my biological daughter in my arms, I softly whispered, "Chloe Shen, no, in this life, you will not bear the Shen name. Go enjoy the life your birth mother has planned for you." I gave my daughter a new name, Lena Shen, hoping that for her entire life, she would be my unique treasure. Time flew by, and Lena turned 3. Wanting to know Chloe's situation, on my daughter's birthday, I deliberately spoke to Lily Fang. "I remember your daughter and Lena were born close to each other, so her birthday must be coming up soon, right? Why don't you bring her over to play? It'll be livelier with more children. Before I could finish, Lily Fang hastily waved her hands. Oh, no need, madam. Children don't understand things. They might cause trouble. I didn't let her refuse, directly handing her the invitation card. On Lena's birthday, Lily Fang indeed brought Chloe. The child wore clothes that didn't suit her age, more like boys' attire, with messy hair and several small scratches on her face. Just then, Lena, dressed in a princess gown and wearing a crown, ran downstairs to find me. Watching her descend the stairs, my heart melted. It's good, my daughter. In this life, I won't let you set foot in that place again. Chloe looked up at Lena in her splendid princess dress, then looked down at her own tattered clothes, her eyes filled with longing. She was about to reach out and touch, but Lily Fang grabbed her hand tightly. She pinched Chloe's arm hard, gritting her teeth and muttering, "You filthy brat, you dare touch anything? Don't you see your dirty hands? Are you worthy? Don't you know your cheap life? Don't even dream of the young lady's clothes, you're not even worthy to touch her shoes." Seeing that scene, my heart ached. Did she also curse my daughter like that in my past life? Filled with burning anger, I wanted to confront her immediately, but I held back, not wanting to tip her off. I walked over, pretending to casually ask, "What's your daughter's name? Lena loves making friends, let the two of them play together." Lily Fang snorted coldly. "We're country folks, what names do we know? A cheap, worthless girl, just give her any old name like a cat or a dog. She's not worthy to be friends with young Lady Lena." I feigned intervention, softly saying, "She really doesn't have a name yet. How about calling her Chloe? All daughters are treasures, after all. Your husband's surname is Gia, so let's call her Chloe Gia. Remember to bring her over to play with Lena more often." Under my persistent coaxing, Lily Fang finally nodded, agreeing to let Chloe frequently visit to play with Lena. As Lena grew up, I often saw Lily Fang being attentive to Lena, but she never dared to overstep in front of me. In contrast with Chloe, she constantly cursed and beat her. Occasionally, I would pretend to intervene with a few polite words, and Chloe would tearfully express her gratitude. But thinking back, in my past life, I treated her 100,000 times better, yet in the end, I only reaped her hatred. Time flew by, and Lena was now in high school, growing more beautiful and mature, even able to discuss company matters with Ethan Shen. Just like in my past life, I enrolled both Chloe and Lena in that aristocratic school. But without the status of a Shen family heiress, in an environment full of rich kids, what tricks could Chloe pull now? Sure enough, on enrollment day, my informants reported rumors spreading that Chloe was the true Shen Group heiress. She neither admitted nor denied it, maintaining an enigmatic aura. I saw the message and immediately understood. No wonder Chloe had begged to share the car with Lena this morning. Her scheme started then. It's just a pity that facing these children of the wealthy elite, such a deception would sooner or later come at a price. I didn't care about Chloe's actions as long as they didn't affect Lena. That evening, I subtly brought up the school situation. Lena chuckled and said, "Don't worry, Mom, I don't cause trouble and I'm not afraid of it either. Let her be a shield for me, that way I'll have more time for other things." I hugged my daughter and smiled. "Lena, you've grown up." At school, many indeed began to flatter Chloe, making her quite arrogant. She even dared to raise her voice at Lena. But before I could intervene, Lily Fang's slap landed squarely on her face. She pointed directly at Chloe. "You hussy, who do you think you are? Do you dare dream of being a young lady of the Shen family? I'll beat you to death, you lowly brat, you're not even worthy of speaking to young Lady Lena." Chloe was stunned by the slap, then frantically knelt to apologize. This time, I didn't bother to stop it. "Chloe, if you had known your place and focused on your studies, I might not have even wanted to touch you." But soon, rumors spread throughout the school, saying that the Shen Group heiress brought her nanny's daughter to study with her, and that nanny's daughter was actually Lena Shen. This was because someone saw the two of them riding in the same car on enrollment day. Chloe, your vanity hasn't changed." That evening, Lena mentioned there was a parent-teacher meeting the next day. I thought to myself, *perfect timing. I asked Lily Fang, "There's a parent-teacher meeting tomorrow, are you going?" She wiped her hands on her apron, looking bewildered. "A parent-teacher meeting? That brat didn't say anything." I smiled. "Well, let's go together tomorrow." The next day, as soon as we entered the school gate, a student ran up to me and asked, "Are you Chloe's mother? You're so young and beautiful." They added, "Chloe is truly the Shen family heiress and so kind-hearted." Then, turning to Lily Fang, "And you, Auntie, are you Lena Shen's mother?" That student was actually someone I hired, to subtly remind Lily Fang of the swap from years ago. Hearing this, Lily Fang stammered in panic. Upon entering the classroom, someone pointed out, "Teacher, this is Chloe's seat, and over there is Lena Shen's." I smiled and sat down. "No mistake, I am Lena Shen's mother." The entire class gasped in surprise. So Lena Shen is the true heiress. Then why didn't Chloe Gia explain? Didn't she say she followed her mother's surname? A few thought, good thing I never offended Lena Shen. A few curious students asked me, "Ma'am, what's your surname? And what's the relationship between you and Chloe Gia's mother?" I continued to smile. "My surname is Yi, my full name is Evelyn Yi. As for my relationship with Chloe Gia's mother, why don't you ask her directly?" Immediately, the students all swarmed towards Lily Fang. She hadn't even fully recovered her composure, and now being surrounded, she became even more flustered. Just then, Chloe walked in. Seeing her mother's furious face, she instantly turned pale. Lily Fang unleashed all her anger on her daughter, delivering 2 consecutive slaps and cursing. "You hussy, who do you think you are? Do you dare dream of being the Shen Group's young lady? Your mother is just a nanny. You'll forever be kneeling at the young lady's feet. If I had known, I would have strangled you back then." Hearing her say, "kneel at her feet," I involuntarily shivered. If my child hadn't been swapped back that day, would she also have been forever beaten, cursed, and forced to kneel before Chloe? Chloe was mocked by the surrounding crowd, so humiliated that she shut her eyes tightly and fainted. When she woke up, she was in the infirmary, with a still furious Lily Fang and the homeroom teacher by her side. As soon as Lily Fang saw her open her eyes, she lunged to hit her again, but the teachers managed to restrain her. The teacher both advised and reminded her not to hit children, to talk things out, and that it was the school's responsibility to protect its students. But Lily Fang also revealed the whole truth. Hearing it, the teacher was awkward, unsure whether to continue protecting Chloe. He could only stick to his duties. Seeing Lily Fang's hand still wanting to strike, Chloe trembled, hiding under the blanket, not daring to show her face. From then on, she completely became the class joke. Those who had once fawned over her now turned their backs, even seizing the opportunity to stomp on her. People nicknamed her the fake heiress. Humans are inherently selfish. When it doesn't concern them, they don't care about anything. But once their personal interests are touched, they'd rather die than not take action. After that shock, Chloe seemed to become less aggressive, much more obedient. These past few days, I had noticed Lily Fang secretly going to the backyard, sitting there for about half an hour. Checking the camera, I discovered the person she was secretly talking to was her gambling husband, Frank Gia. It was him. In my past life, half of Lena's suffering stemmed from this man. From a young age, he forced Lena to do housework, and whenever he lost at gambling and was in a bad mood, he would beat her. Before, to bring Lena home, he demanded an exorbitant price, and I ultimately had to grit my teeth and give him 1,000,000 yuan to get Lena back. I sat expressionless, listening to the conversation through the camera. In it, Lily Fang trembled as she asked, "Frank Gia, how did you find this place?" Frank Gia lunged, grabbing her hair and yelling, "I haven't even asked you yet. You hide here with my child, eating well and dressing nicely, leaving me to suffer alone in the countryside." He then growled, "I heard you swapped my daughter with the Shen Group's daughter. Aren't you afraid I'll tell the truth to the child?" Lily Fang screamed in fear. "Frank Gia, what exactly do you want?" "I'm telling you, a barefoot person isn't afraid of a shod one. At worst, we die together." Frank Gia, with one hand gripping her hair and the other patting her face, his tone both threatening and mocking, said, "My pockets are a bit light these days. Looks like you've been doing quite well at the Shen household, haven't you? 500,000 yuan, not a penny less. I'll be waiting for you here tomorrow. If you don't show up, I'll just have to go find my biological daughter and tell her everything." Lily Fang knew exactly what kind of person he was. To keep the secret from being exposed, she gritted her teeth and agreed. After hearing the entire conversation on the camera, I worried he would disturb Lena, so I told Ethan Shen to temporarily take her abroad for an event. Pressured by Frank Gia, Lily Fang angrily vented her frustration on Chloe Gia. "You wretched brat, you can't even do a simple thing. What good are you alive? You're better off dead. You're just as hateful as your father." Seeing her about to hit Chloe again, I quickly intervened. "Ms. Lily, don't hit her anymore. The child hasn't done anything wrong. If you're upset, don't take it out on others." Then I added, "Oh, right, in a few days, I plan to take Lena on a trip as a break for everyone." In reality, I didn't go anywhere that day. I just brought a suitcase to a hotel and sat in the room, glued to the camera monitor. As expected, a gambler's words are never trustworthy. As soon as Lily Fang returned from the market, she saw Frank Jia loitering at the front door. She quickly pulled him inside, looking around to make sure no one saw them before confidently closing the door. Frank Jia grinned slyly. "I came to check on you to see how our daughter is doing." Lily Fang scowled. "What exactly are you doing here? Don't tell me you've gambled all that money away already." Frank Jia scratched his head, pleading, "Lily Fang, I'm just a little bit away from turning my luck around. Give me a bit more capital. I'll pay you back immediately once I win." Lily Fang was so enraged she threw her bag of groceries at his face, crying and yelling, "You scoundrel, Frank Jia. That was all the money I saved for years, and you blew it all in a few days." Just then, Chloe, wearing a beautiful dress, walked out of her room. Frank Jia, seeing her, immediately ignored Lily Fang, approaching Chloe with a fawning smile. "You must be Lena, right? Truly worthy of being a young lady of the Shen family, as beautiful as Mrs. Shen herself." Lily Fang frantically interrupted. "Frank Jia, what nonsense are you spewing? This is Chloe Jia, your biological daughter. Can't you even recognize her?" Chloe, who had been eager to go out, heard this and instantly grew suspicious. From a young age, she had noticed she didn't resemble Lily Fang. Moreover, every time Lily Fang looked at Lena Shen, her eyes were filled with love, but for Chloe, it was only curses and beatings. Frank Jia's face immediately darkened. He slumped onto the sofa, jiggling his leg, and gestured to Chloe with his chin. "Your father's sitting here, why aren't you greeting me? Go get me some fruit to eat." Seeing Lily Fang glare, Chloe meekly went to get it. Frank Jia, glancing around the house, munched on fruit while demanding more money. "Give me more. I'll turn this capital around and pay you back right away. The Shen family house is so big, who would even notice if one or two things went missing? Hurry up, or else you know what happens if the rich families find out about the nanny swapping children. You know how they handle things." Lily Fang was so frightened she trembled, slumping onto the sofa, hastily begging him for a few more days. Those words both Chloe and I, currently hiding in the kitchen, heard clearly. Chloe softly whispered, "Swap daughters, my daughter swapped." As soon as I brought Lena home, Lily Fang made an excuse about her old age, wanting to resign and take Chloe back to the countryside. I pretended to insist she stay, even promising a raise. Then I directly asked, "Is something wrong? If you need help, I can assist." She kept beating around the bush, saying at most she could only stay a few more days. During dinner, looking at the attachment she showed Lena, I suddenly said, "Ms. Lily, have you heard about our neighbor, Mrs. Chen? They mistakenly raised someone else's daughter for over a decade because their nanny swapped children so her own child could live a good life. When the truth was revealed, the real daughter had lived a truly miserable, pitiful life. Mrs. Chen went mad when she found out and vowed never to forgive that nanny. What do you think? Isn't such a nanny hateful?" Hearing this, Lily Fang's hand, holding a plate of food, trembled violently and the plate crashed to the floor. I looked at her, my eyes filled with burning resentment. "Ms. Lily, why are you so clumsy? Be careful, you might break everything." The next morning, Lily Fang dragged Chloe to say goodbye. Looking at their luggage, I simply said, "If you want to leave, then leave." Chloe suddenly fell to her knees. "Madam Shen, I don't want to go, I can't bear to leave." I quickly helped her up. "Chloe, you are also a child I raised. Go back there, listen to your mother, and study hard." Lily Fang then roughly pulled her away. As soon as they were out the door, I dispatched a detective to follow them, instructing him to call the police immediately if anything went wrong. Who knew what a gambler would do for money? On the train, Lily Fang cursed, "You stinking brat, this is your fate. I'm telling you, once we're back in the countryside, don't even dream of ever leaving again." Arriving at the old house, she pulled Chloe inside, seeing Frank Jia lying drunk on a chair in the yard. She splashed a cup of tea onto his face. He jolted awake, cursing, "Who disturbed my good dream?" When he clearly saw it was his wife and daughter, he only asked, "You're back. Did you bring the money?" Lily Fang grumbled, throwing the bag directly at him. Seeing it, he immediately thought of going to the casino to turn his luck around, and indeed, he headed straight for it. At the casino, people sneered, "Look, Frank Jia, got money to recover your losses now. Don't end up broke again later." He patted the bag. "I've got a fortune changer here. Today I'll show you what it means to turn your luck around." The result, he lost everything overnight and was millions in debt. Thrown onto the street, he crawled back home. Lily Fang furiously confronted him. "Where's the money? Don't tell me you lost it all. That was 500,000 yuan. Frank Jia prostrated himself, hugging her leg and weeping. "I'm sorry, they set a trap for me. I lost everything and now I'm drowning in debt." She was so enraged she nearly fainted, cursing and hitting him. Suddenly, Frank Gia leaned in and whispered another plan to her. Lily Fang was startled. Selling children is illegal, he laughed coldly. That's not my biological daughter. My real daughter is at the Shen family, pampered like a jewel. No one will know if we sell this one. You don't say anything, I don't say anything, who would know? The two completely forgot that Chloe was still in the room. She pieced together fragments of memories, finally realizing that she truly wasn't Lily Fang's daughter. It turned out she was the true young lady of the Shen family. Chloe remembered all the beatings, all the insults from Lily Fang since childhood. No wonder she always told me I wasn't worthy to be a Shen family heiress, forcing me to bow my head and endure. Thinking of the grievances she had suffered at school, Chloe gritted her teeth. Clearly, they were the ones who flattered me first, and then turned around to bully me, even giving me humiliating nicknames. Just wait until I return to the Shen family. None of them will live in peace. Lily Fang set out a lavish meal, then pulled Chloe Gia over, making her sit down, constantly spooning dish after dish into her bowl. As she served, she sweet-talked. Chloe, Mom was wrong before. Our family is country folk, very different from city people. It's not good to make mistakes when you're working. Eat, my child. From now on, I'll change. You go to school, I'll work, and your father will find a job as a security guard. Our whole family will work together to support your education. Chloe looked at the two fawning figures, not bothering to touch her chopsticks. She just stated flatly, "Actually, I'm not your daughter. My biological mother is Mrs. Shen, right? We don't look alike at all. Both of you have single eyelids while I have double eyelids. Moreover, Mrs. Shen and I resemble each other uncannily. Every time you look at Lena Shen, your eyes are filled with maternal love, but with me, it's only curses and beatings." Hearing the words, "not your daughter," Lily Fang's face immediately changed as if she'd encountered a catastrophe. How can that be? You're my biological daughter," Chloe calmly replied. "I don't believe you. Let's get a DNA test." With that, she tried to drag Lily Fang away. But Frank Gia, standing behind, directly grabbed a glass bottle and smashed it over Chloe's head, knocking her unconscious. He then pulled out a rope and tied her up, smirking, "DNA test? What DNA test?" "I'll give you a DNA test, all right." Then he pulled out his phone and called someone on the other end. "The goods are ready. Come pick them up." In the shadows, my private detective, who had been hiding and observing, saw the dangerous situation and immediately alerted the police. Police raided the place, apprehending the entire human trafficking ring and rescuing Chloe along with many other victims. I had just received a message from my detective, and not long after, I got a call from the police, saying my daughter, Chloe Shen, had been rescued and inviting me to pick her up. I flat out refused. "Excuse me, I only have one daughter named Lena Shen. She's sitting right next to me. You must have the wrong person." Hearing this, the police quickly rechecked their information. Seeing that it was true, they looked at Chloe, who was sitting blankly in a corner, and sighed. "We just called the other side. They also said no daughter was missing." Not long after, the police called again. "May I ask if you know Lily Fang? She's involved in a theft case, and we need your cooperation for the investigation." I pondered for a moment, then replied, "I'll be right there." When Ethan Shen and I arrived at the police station, as soon as we entered, we saw Chloe huddled in a corner. As soon as she saw me, she burst into tears, rushing to embrace me. "Mom, I'm your daughter. I'm the real young lady of the Shen family. Lily Fang swapped me with Lena Shen. Mom, I'm your biological daughter. Please look at me." I gently removed her hands, calmly saying, "Chloe, I know you've just been through a shock, but you can't be so distraught that you don't recognize your own biological mother. Please sit here quietly and wait for the police to handle things." Having said that, I followed the police into the interrogation room. Inside, Lily Fang was handcuffed. Seeing me enter, she immediately burst into tears, pleading, "Madam, I know you are very kind-hearted. Please help me." She continued, "You're so rich, your house is full of jewelry. Missing one item won't affect you at all." I calmly asked, "Ms. Lily, what happened? What crime have you committed?" I turned to the police, asking permission to speak with her privately for a few moments. After receiving their consent, I smiled coldly. "By what right do you ask me to intercede for you? You truly are foolish. You didn't take anything truly valuable, only the gold. What a waste of the trap I set for you." Lily Fang's eyes widened, then she sneered. "You think you're so smart, do you? Even if you are smart, you wouldn't know that your daughter isn't your biological child. I'm telling you, you'll never find your true daughter in this lifetime. Get down on your knees and beg me, and I'll tell you." I calmly retorted, "You want to see me beg? I'm sorry, you'll be disappointed. How does it feel, Lily Fang, to sell your own flesh and blood? How does it feel to spend over a decade beating and cursing your biological child while showering all your maternal love on someone else's child? Those few questions left her speechless, her sneer vanishing. I leisurely took out the DNA test report between Lena and me from my bag and tossed it in front of her. Can you read? I'm sure I don't need to read it for you. Lily Fang's eyes scanned the final conclusion. DNA similarity between Lena Shen and Evelyn Yi, 99.97%. Her eyes, which had been astonished, immediately turned red, tears streaming down. I subtly curled my lips. Did you intend to be like a cuckoo, making others raise your child? Lily Fang, if you had truly swapped my daughter, then Chloe Jia's fate today would be what my daughter would have endured. Do you think I would forgive you? It's best you resign yourself to your life in prison. With that, I stood up to leave, but then turned back, looking directly into her dazed face. Ah, I almost forgot. For child trafficking and theft, I will have the Shen Group's lawyers ensure you receive the maximum sentence. Just prepare to spend the rest of your life behind bars. I turned my back and left, leaving behind only Lily Fang's desperate wails. I didn't know if it was from realizing the truth or from despair over her remaining life behind bars, but it no longer concerned me. Leaving the police station, I pulled Ethan Shen's hand and walked straight ahead, completely ignoring Chloe, who was frantically running after us. Ethan Shen saw me smile and asked, "Is everything resolved? You look so happy." I also smiled. Everything's taken care of. Finally, the burden on my heart has been lifted. Now it's just Chloe left. As long as she quietly returns to her rightful place, everything will be peaceful. But I still underestimated Chloe. The next time I saw her was at Lena's birthday party when she unexpectedly rushed in, demanding to be recognized as my daughter. Everyone was still waiting for the waitstaff to bring out the cake when another staff member appeared with a cake, startling the entire hall. That person was none other than Chloe. She placed the cake in front of Lena, a mocking smile on her face. "Lena Shen, happy birthday. This will be the last time you celebrate your birthday at the Shen family home." Then she began to scream, "Do you know, you're not the young lady of the Shen family. I'm the real biological daughter. For over a decade, I suffered in your place while you lived in luxury. What right do you have? My entire body is covered in scars, all caused by your own biological mother. Why did I have to be your servant while you enjoyed a happy childhood? They called me the fake heiress, but it wasn't my fault. It was just them flattering me and then turning around to bully me. Lena Shen, why do you get to enjoy my happiness while I have to endure my suffering for you?" I looked at the enraged Chloe and gently pulled Lena to stand behind me. "Chloe, I know you can't accept your parents' mistakes, but you should also be clear about whose child you are." Seeing me, Chloe's eyes immediately welled up with tears, and she tried to rush over and hug me. "Mom, I'm your biological daughter. I tried so hard to find you and come here. It was Lily Fang who swapped us. I heard them plotting with my own ears, not only swapping us but almost selling me." But I remained standing in front of Lena, protecting her without moving. Chloe angrily pointed at me, her voice choked with sobs. "Mom, is it because Lena Shen is more talented than me that you won't acknowledge me? I'll study hard, I'll become excellent. Please look at me, Mom, I'm your biological daughter." At the party, the guests were all friends and business partners. I couldn't let her cause any more commotion, so I both spoke in a soothing tone and signaled to the security guards. Before long, several security guards quietly came from behind, lifted Chloe by her arms, and escorted her out. As she was being dragged away, she screamed, "Let go of me, I'm the real heiress. How can you treat me like this?" Thrown out the door, Chloe seemed to go mad, sobbing as she yelled at the gates of the Shen family home, "Since you are inhumane, don't blame me for being unjust." The next day, headlines blared across newspapers. "The Shen family disowns biological daughter, clings to fake heiress." And why did the Shen family abandon their own flesh and blood to protect an adopted daughter? Chloe also live-streamed, crying and recounting how Lily Fang had abused her since childhood, nearly sold her, and how now, despite finding her birth mother, she was still rejected. Netizens flooded with sympathy, rushing to the Shen Group's website, leaving comments demanding that I take Chloe home. I worried public opinion would affect Lena, but my daughter didn't seem bothered at all, happily studying and practicing piano, completely undisturbed. I softly asked, "Lena, don't pay attention to what's said online. In my heart, you will always be my daughter." She hugged me, her eyes firm. "Mom, just do what you need to do. Dad and I will always be by your side." Ethan Shen asked if I wanted to deal with it immediately, but I just shook my head. "No need. Let her prance around for a few more days. A late autumn cicada doesn't live for long anyway. Sure enough, a TV program about family bonds invited Chloe and me to participate. Sitting on the sofa opposite, the MC looked at me sternly. "Ms. Yi, have you seen Chloe's live stream?" I nodded. "Yes, I have, but it doesn't seem to concern me." The MC immediately barraged me with questions. "Then why, knowing your biological daughter suffered so much, didn't you embrace her and say, 'My child, you've been through so much? You are also a woman, you've also given birth. Don't you understand the pain of a severed bloodline? Is this what a biological mother should do?" I burst out laughing, looking at the MC as if he were talking nonsense. "Excuse me, before you question me, could you perhaps ascertain the facts? Firstly, I have never claimed to be Chloe Gia's mother. Secondly, the suffering she experienced was caused by her biological mother and has nothing to do with me. Thirdly, I have reported it to the police. The police will provide the public with the answers regarding the outcome. If Chloe is not my daughter, I will sue this very program. I trust you've heard of the Shen Group's legal team, haven't you?" Not long after, the police took blood samples from Chloe and me for testing. For days while waiting for the results, the internet remained buzzing, some defending Chloe, others supporting the Shen Group. She continued to go live, crying and recounting her hardships, and netizens poured in to comfort her. "We believe you. Don't worry, we'll always support you." Shen Group quickly acknowledged the real heiress. 3 days passed, and the program invited us back. The MC held the test results in his hand. "These are the results provided by the police. So, are Ms. Yi and Chloe Gia biological mother and daughter or not? Please, everyone, witness this." As the envelope was opened, millions of hearts online eagerly watched. The MC turned to the final page. "The DNA results of Ms. Yi and Chloe Gia do not match." The entire hall was stunned. Chloe fainted on the spot. When she opened her eyes, the panic on her face suddenly turned into joy. Looking at me, she burst into tears. "Mom, you're alive." Hearing this, I immediately understood that she too must have returned from the past life just like me, but I remained indifferent. "Chloe Gia, I am not your mother. I believe I have treated you well enough. Please stop bothering me." With that, I intended to stand up and leave. She rushed forward to block me, crying and wailing. "Mom, I'm Chloe. You loved me the most. How can you say you're not my mother?" I forcefully pushed her hand away. "Enough, didn't you understand after seeing the test results just now?" I threw the test report into her lap. "Read it, I am not your mother." Chloe glanced at it, then immediately tore it into pieces, sitting there wailing. "Mom, I was wrong. Are you angry with me? I'll kneel and apologize, Mom. Please don't abandon me. Please forgive me." I didn't even bother to turn around, walking directly out of the studio. Behind me, insane cries echoed. "I'm the real young lady of the Shen family. I'm Mom's precious treasure. I'm the biological daughter." She went wild, rolling around and screaming on the set, and was finally taken directly to the hospital. In the hospital, she clutched a doll, muttering all day, "I am Chloe Shen. I am a daughter of the Shen family. I am Mom's precious treasure." As for me, upon hearing the news, my heart felt not a single ripple. I sat on the sofa, watching my daughter play the piano and my husband bustling around in the kitchen, cooking. Suddenly, I felt that this life truly was a beautiful gift.